Hey, what's up? It is that time again where I go over the previous month, so April of 2025, and I just look at all the numbers and talk about what went right, what went wrong, what I'm going to do better this month, try to do better anyway. And yeah, let's just dig right in and analyze what we can. Some of this is just going to be straight up guesswork, but we start off with the money we made. eBay, $2,586.62. Bricklink, $2,117.68. Pretty neck and neck. I'm actually more or less happy with that. It's been a weird month of sales. If you follow the vlog portion of all this as well, I've talked about it before, where the sales have been really inconsistent. I'll have a $250 day, a $300 day, and the next 3 days are like $20, $15. So it's really inconsistent. I'm used to like more of an even keel, like $100, $150 days, like over and over again. Who's to say why anything is happening? I don't want to get all into politics and stuff, but there's an air of uncertainty about everything, and I think that definitely contributes to buyer confidence for sure. Maybe I can't avoid politics. YouTube, $113.81. That's about $25 less than I'm used to, and part of that is I have a baby coming in August, so I'm experimenting with different types of video or how frequently I release. I was doing 4 videos a week. Most of the time right now I'm doing 3 videos a week, sometimes only 2. And, to still have made $100, it's not bad. But that's part of the equation. The other part of this too is word is starting to spread around YouTube communities that because of all this tariff stuff, it's going to affect ad revenue generated on sites like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, because advertisers aren't going to want to spend as much money advertising their products on our videos if they are worried about spending money. So it made sense when I heard it, but it was also surprising to be like, oh, even if I was just content, if I didn't have physical products that I was trying to sell and make money on, if I was strictly a content-based creator, even that would be affected by tariffs. Just crazy to think about. But again, I cut videos, so who's to say if I'm making less because of that or the tariffs? Picked up some extra gig work for $75. Nothing crazy. All right, so now we got to talk about everybody who wants their cut. I paid $675.68 in fees. Not bad. Shipping, $910.48. That feels high for the amount of money brought in. Well, let's look at what we did the previous months. $700 in March, $671 in February, $698 in January. Well, April is the most I've sold on eBay so far this year, and the stuff I sell on eBay tends to be bigger, more oddly shaped stuff. Most of my Bricklink packages go out for under 4 ounces, so it's going to be cheap shipping. But if eBay is pulling in more numbers and it's more oddly shaped sizes that are going to cost more to ship, I guess that means shipping costs would reflect that. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Cost of goods, $955.87, which is the most I've spent so far this year, and that's mostly because of yard sales kicking back in. So that was an increase of an expenditure I had been bracing for and expecting. So that's nothing out of the ordinary for me. Shipping supplies, $54.23. I think I had to order my bubble wrap this month. I think that's what that came from. But I've been doing good. I bulk order my padded mailers and my boxes, and then I just recycle anything. Like if we have to order something from Amazon, we don't do it very often, but occasionally we have to. I'll reuse that box or things like that. Just reuse. Expenses, this is like subscriptions. I got the eBay storage subscription. I subscribe to Google Storage because I am a digital hoarder. And then other just random things that I end up having to pick up. So $38.42. Nothing to get overly concerned about. Which left us with a whopping $2,258.43, which I'm not hitting the $2,500 goal, but I am making more than I was last year consistently. And that is just getting my spending under control. I really got to sneeze. Okay. $2,250.43. Yeah, second best of the year so far. The best month was February. And I'm recording this on the day. I guess you'll hear me talk about this more in Wednesday's video. Today's Friday, and I went to a garage sale, community-wide garage sale this morning. It was an hour away, and oh man, I thought I'd moved past this, but I guess I'm still angry about it. It was an hour away, and it was advertised to start at 8 o'clock. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up at 6:30. I'm gonna snarf down a breakfast and get moseying. I got there about 7:45. Nobody was out. One person was out right about 8 o'clock. And I walk up on a sale. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? You're the only one out. And he's like, oh really? That's weird. It was raining a little bit, but Chicago's used to heavier rains. This was like a drizzle, like a mist. So I knew it really wasn't the rain. I drove around some more and just nobody has their garage doors open, nothing. And finally, I came across this one old guy who's holding the sale. It's probably about 8:30 at this point. And I said, hey, where is everybody? He's like, oh, well, last year they started at 9, so maybe people just didn't realize it started at 8 today. So I said, okay, I'll stick around a little while longer. Nothing. I hung out till 9:30, 10, hit a couple sales that opened up, but all in all, just nothing. It was really brutal. And so it's an hour drive back. I hit some yard sales on the way back, didn't find nothing. And it feels extra dramatic because I have 3 days a week where I can really work, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's when my kid's in school. So to have half of one of those days be not productive at all is horrible, horrible, horrible. I hate it. Add on to that, we got another baby coming this August, so my schedule is going to be anyway, right? So as of late August, early September, it's just who knows what's going to happen, basically. So I'm trying to figure out how do I maintain the video schedule I'm maintaining, talked about the YouTube earnings, and how do I procure stuff efficiently. And going to an 8 a.m. advertised community yard sale and not have anybody out doing anything, that's not efficient. So I'm really I'm going to be racking my brain real hard on how to get around all that. I know there's online, Goodwill online I can buy on there supposedly, and I just feel the buy-in on that stuff is going to be higher because everybody knows about that. So I'm gonna have to do some brainstorming and really figure some stuff out on how to procure, and not only procure but process. I have hard enough time as it is on my own processing all this stuff. I really wanted to hire somebody this year, but the numbers aren't looking like I'm going to be able to do that. So, and that's only going to get harder. So maybe I just, after baby's born and I can't really go to yard sales or anything, or maybe when yard sale season ends, I dedicate all right, 3 months, I can't buy anything, but I'm going to use what money I would have spent buying stuff, paying somebody to process the Lego. That's an interesting idea, but I don't know if it's going to work. Things like that, I got to figure out. But anyways, that's how April went. It's May 2nd, so I really don't have a sense of how well this... Oh, we need to do charity. Yeah, let me get that number set up. All right, here it is. Our board, each stud represents about $5. So a percentage of all the YouTube earnings gets set aside for charity until this October, end of this October. And we've raised about $87.07. Not bad. So it's taken, one just fell off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to raise $87. So we'll see. Maybe more than one fell off. I better check. But, it's not bad. There you go. Okay, that's going to do it all for this. That's going to do it all for this video. That's going to do it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. And we'll see how May goes. I'm hoping consistency starts to flow in, and I hope I can figure some things out. I more or less love what I'm doing. The Lego and then the random other things I find when I'm out at yard sales. I don't like being reliant on the yard sales, is the thing. So when I have a morning like that, I want to be able to shrug it off. Be like, oh, it didn't happen today, oh well. But the position I'm in right now, it feels very dramatic. It feels very, not world ending, but it does hurt when I lose 6 hours of a day, basically, to not be earning money in one way or another. So there we go. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.